Hi, welcome to my channel, Takia Tarot. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. So yesterday I posted two videos. One is a build video and the other one is a tarot video. So go check both of those out. I built a wooden rose. So the editing was pretty fun on that one. I do believe and think that my editing skills are getting way better, and it's obvious because even I can see it. So I'm pretty proud of that. So before I get started, thank you for your support, the views and the comments and the likes, and I appreciate that, and keep it up. Don't stop. I mean, I'm going to keep doing what I want to do anyways, right? But it's still nice. You know, I really enjoy and appreciate the fact that it's appreciated, right? All my work, my tarot, my builds, my colorings, and all that good stuff. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. It's gonna be hot. Let me see something. Oh, that's why. Alright, I think that's better. Alright, I'm gonna start with Seasons of the Witch. I had some very interesting dreams last night. I feel like I was just constantly traveling last night in my dreams. I just heard a crow. I see a crow, actually. Huh. Sorry. I've been sneezing a lot and my nose has been like super runny like since last night. It's like allergies. I'm gonna get like two of these cards. I'm getting hand-picked, cherry-pick. So I'm going to do it this way. I got to blow my nose. Rebirth. There is death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising with flame resurrected. So, essentially, you've already been reborn. I'm going to get three, actually. So, if somebody tried to send something to you or attack you or bothering you, not only did that not work, but I don't know, I keep getting this thing about like someone is not paying attention. They're not like, they think that they can do things that they're not ordained to do, or they think that they can do things that no one's told them that they can do this, or like who's telling them this? Like someone feels like they can do something that like they don't have the authority to do, or like it's kind of like someone saying, seize them! And the guards are just looking around like, who are you commanding? Because you're not 444. Because you're not the king, you're not the queen, you're not the prince, you're not the princess. You're no one of authority or in power. So who are you? It's like they have a dog and they're like saying sick 'em, but that dog doesn't belong to them, so that dog is not going to pay attention to them. That dog is not going to listen to them, right? Like, you're not the master, the owner of that dog or of those guards or whatever the case it is. Like, who, you know what I'm saying? But somebody has been trying to do something, or they kept doing this, and it's like, you don't have the authority to do that. This could even be somebody that's trying to, like, get you terminated from a job, and it's like, they don't have the authority to do that, right? This could just be like someone like not in a position of authority, but they're like there. All right, I don't know. It's like something about like someone feels like they can do something to you, and it's kind of like everyone's just like, are they talking to us? Are they expecting us to bully, to attack, to arrest? I mean, it's like someone like saying to the police, arrest her or arrest him, and the police are like, on what grounds? On what justification? Like, we got Banshee in reverse and Intuition in reverse. Somebody really tried something, and it's like, do you not get that you're not supposed to do this? Do you not get that this is not for you to do? I feel like someone is like dumb. And I really don't like using that word, because that's mean. But like, someone really is out here operating, and it's like, are you dumb? Are you like, what's not clicking? Like, you got whoever this person is, you're like a few short fries of a Happy Meal, because they're just not getting it. They're just not. Like, who's telling you to do these things? Like, who's telling you it's okay? Like, who's telling you that you can like attack someone unjustly, or it just doesn't. Oh my god. Like, there's no common sense. Like, you ever met, like, I had to have picked this up before. You ever met a dumb criminal? This is like giving that, like a dumb criminal. Like, you want to be an evil villain so bad, but you're dumb. Like, you want to be bad so bad, but you're bad at being bad. Like, you might as well just be good with how bad you are at being bad. Like, you can't even be a villain, right? And it's just somebody who wants to be a villain so bad, or they want to be your enemy so bad, or like they want to, like, you don't have a single evil bone in your body. Like, that's how bad of a evil villain you are. Like, you might as well just be good. Just be good. That would be easier for you to do. But they don't. They want to be bad so bad. But they're not. They just don't, like, that's not. Like, I don't know, like, you know how, like, usually evil villains, they have an origin story, and when they do, like, the backflash, right, the flashbacks, you're like, oh, wow, that makes sense. Why I understand why they're an evil villain. This individual, that's why you want to attack them, that's why you want to be evil so bad, that's why you get that reaction, because it's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. That's why nothing that they're doing to you is working, because for all that, you like, why, you might as well, like, why are you even trying to be bad? That's what I'm getting. We got Intuition in reverse and Banshee in reverse. Someone really thought that they can, like, pull something off or send something to you, or I don't know what it is, and it's like this Banshee or this evil spirit or entity is like, I'm good. You trying to summon me? I'm sorry, was I supposed to do something for you? Were you summoning me? That's what this Banshee is saying, this evil spirit, or whatever the case it is. Like, somebody really thought that they can summon something to you, or like create some sort of chaos for you, or create some sort of downfall for you, or tower moment for you, whatever the case it is. And it's like, that was the dumbest thing you could ever do, because it's like, you're not even listening to... Not even... I don't know. It's just so... It's so dumb. It's borderline comical. The only thing you could do is just laugh in disbelief, because it's like, I can't believe they even tried it. I can't believe that they would do that and go that far and say those things or do those things. Like, I can't even believe it. That's how in disbelief. That's like, it's like shocked, because it's like someone really thought they can do that. the dumbest thing in the world, all you can do is laugh in disbelief, because it's like, who in their right mind thinks that something like that would be possible? It's like someone really thought they can capture light. And it's like, intuition. You hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. This person, they're not. There's like, the lack of common sense is unreal. You ever see something or hear something that is so like, that's really like, what? They said what? That's this. Like, I'm like in disbelief right now because of how dumb this entire thing is. I don't know what this reading is about, but I can already guarantee you that the entire reading of this is just going to be a big bunch of like, you're joking. I'm getting like, Oogie Boogie, you're joking. I can't believe my eyes. Like, it's just so, someone did something so dumb. It's like, it's got to be a joke. You can't, they really, right? I really feel like it has to do with like, I don't know, something to like, I gotta get it later, hold on. Oh, jeez Louise. Something like they really thought they can like, they like, you know how like on social media you see those videos of those Karens, right? And people are like minding their business. People of color, black people, they're minding their business. And the Karen's like, yeah, I'm going to call the cops when you get you arrested. And the cop's like, what do you expect us? You really called us for this? You really, who are we arresting? It's really like someone really felt entitled, or they really thought they could do something. I feel like it's the entitlement behind this individual's actions and idealisms and like mindset. Like the entitlement behind this person is shocking. It's like there's nobody that can be that entitled, and apparently there is, because even I'm rarely shocked, right? I'm rarely sat in disbelief, because I'm not really, people do a lot of things that people do, it's just not new. But I feel like the sense of entitlement is so grand. It's so, wow, you really thought, like, it's just, it's comical. It's downright comical. Like, I'm in disbelief, which is rare. Banshee, heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. You see? Someone really thought that we're gonna like do something to you, cause you to have a downfall, or yeah, I'm gonna bully them, and then I feel like it's like that. Someone really thought they had some sort of like pull over your life or control over your life, or they really thought, oh my gosh, I gotta get it, hold on. All right, I'm back. Like, this person really thought that they could like, call the shots, or like, I don't know, they it's like an inflated sense of entitlement. Like, they really thought they can like, I don't know, puppeteer your life. And that's just like wild to me, because who told you that? Who told you you could do that, you know? Like, and this is a grown adult thinking that they have this power over another grown adult's life. And it's just like, So whoever this individual is, they really try to, this could be like a group of people, or an organization, an entity, a person, whatever the case it is. But this person, they have like no sense of intuition, no sense of common sense, no inkling, it's all ego and entitlement. All right. This could be a distorted feminine or a distorted masculine, or a group of people, whatever the case it is. But it's really giving like ego and inflated ego, and like a weird sense of entitlement that who wakes like You just woke up one day and was like, this is like the amount of audacity that comes from an individual like this is like astounding, because it's like you just gotta laugh at the disbelief, because it's like I've never met someone so entitled and with such a big inflated ego that like you really thought, right? This person thought they could I don't know, they wanted to cause chaos in your life, but they wanted you to, it's kind of like I'm getting like reactional abuse. Like they wanted to do so much to you, and then out of you reacting out of that, or like being like overwhelmed or overloaded or whatever the case is, you would end up being like your own downfall. You would end up creating, but it's actually like a reaction of the chaos that's been like put on you. And someone really thought that you were gonna like burn your own house down because you just can't take it anymore. And it's like, what? That was like their big plan. And I feel like it was they had like a beeline to some sort of plan or mindset or something. And it just, I don't know. So they're going down this one path, right? The entire time they were going down this path, they're getting warning signs left and right, left and right, left and right. And because they're so focused on causing you a downfall or disturbing you or ruining you or, I don't know, controlling a narrative, like they weren't realizing, like, I don't know who you thought you were, but okay. I don't know. Anyways, so, but then we have rebirth. So I feel like that the entire time they were doing this, you were like already going through something, a rebirth, a healing, a burning or something like that. Like you were shedding, like you were already, you know how like when a phoenix goes through like a rebirth, like they burn, so it's like, but when that happens, like a phoenix is burning up into flames, right? And then after, when they're done burning up into flames, it's ashes, and then it's their new selves. I feel like while this person was doing this, you were in that moment when you were burning up in flames. So whatever they were throwing at you was just getting burned in the flames. And flames can either destroy or purify. Okay? So if this person was throwing things at you and doing things, and the entire time you were just burning up in flames, so it was kind of like all that was just being purified. It's so silly. It's so silly. This did nothing. This was... Someone really thought that they can like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this for the collective, and it's like, who told you that you could do that? Because, anyways, yeah, someone really thought they can like do that. Anyways, I'm gonna get like 1 to 2 tarot, and then I might switch the deck, and then I'll go back to tarot. If I switch the decks. I keep hearing it's Wabbit season. It's Wabbit season. That's Elmer Fudd. Fudd or Fudge? Albert Fudge. And he was always trying to hunt Bugs Bunny, but Bugs Bunny was always like able to like outsmart him in like the most comical, dumbest ways. And it was like Elmer Fudd would like not stop hunting Bugs Bunny, and it was just like you can literally see Elmer Fudd like being fooled time and time and time again. Right? And it's like, aren't you like, what's not clicking? Like, what's not getting? Like, just leave Bugs Bunny alone. Like, and Elmer Fudd just had a one-track mind. It's Wabbit season. I'm gonna go Wabbit hunting. That's it. That's all. And Bugs Bunny would be minding his own business, doing whatever, and here comes Elmer Fudge. It's Wabbit season. I'm gonna get Wabbits. And it's like... We got 5 of Swords upright. This person could be arguing with people around them because something is not going their way. It's like they're having outbursts. Just arguing. We got Aquarius energy. It could be because they were planning to do this to you. They wanted to cause chaos and bring tower moments and blah 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 blah. Right? They wanted to do that for you because somehow, in their mind, if they were able to do that to you, it would affect their future greatly. It would be like it would change the course of events for their future, for their timeline, right? So this person could have been doing this with word magic, like gossiping, slander, manipulation, bicker backer, chitter chatter, just blah, 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 right? So this could be a distorted feminine who just gossips a lot, talks a lot, or a distorted masculine. Because men, believe it or not, men can be just as bitchy as women, can be just as sassy as women, can be just as, period, let me tell you the tea, just as women. So this could be a distorted masculine as well. Anyways, with this Aquarius energy, it really had to do with they wanted to change something, like about the future, right? Because they don't like the way this person could also not have like a positive outlook for their future, right? So if it's not an Aquarius, feminine or masculine, it's just about that. Like when they look at their future, they don't really see much. They're not really hopeful. There really isn't. But when they look at you, they can see that you have a bright future, that your future is about to be lit. It's about to be this. It's about to be that. Your future is good. And they're like, well, no. In their mind, they're like, well, that's not fair. But again, who told them that they can alter your timeline? They can alter your future. Who told them that you could do this? You thought that gossiping and slander and manipulation and defamation and blah 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 is going to affect someone's who's got a calling on their future. You thought it was really gonna, you thought you were doing something. They really thought they were doing something. You thought all of that was going to change someone's future, a future that's already pre-written, ordained, and set in stone. No, that does nothing. Congratulations, you get nothing. That's Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka, the first one. Obviously, because Gene Wilder's in it, but yeah, they really thought this. I feel like this person, they were using their words to, like, you know, say anything, say the most, say wild things, say the most, do the most to affect your future, right? And this could be like affect your partnerships, affect your 2233, affect your relationships, affect your opportunity. It could be like if they found out you were getting a job somewhere and you had a job interview coming up, they would call and say things to put things in your new employers or possible employers' mouths, or if they found out you were friends with someone, they would do something with that, right? They would like influence that, a relationship, whatever the case it is. This person, they were in the energy of doing whatever it took with that Five of Swords energy. It's like they would do anything to get their way. I also feel like this person is very, very petty, and they have some sort of, like, in their mind, they have a bone to, I just got really, really dizzy. Oh my gosh. In their mind, they have a bone to pick with you. Like, they feel like they have, I don't know, they have revenge on the mind or something like that. But in the beginning of the reading, I said, like, it's not justified, or it's not, like, they're trying to get you arrested or whatever, and the police are like, on what grounds, on what justification, right? You know how, like, back to the, what I said that, oh my gosh, I'm getting so dizzy. Hold on. You know, when evil villains, they have like a, you know, you want to know, like, why, what made you so mean and angry and blah, blah, blah. And when they do the flashbacks, like, you're like, oh, wow, that makes sense. I get it. But this person, it's like, there's no reason for them to be this way towards you. It doesn't make sense. It's not justified. It's not, you're doing all that because of that, because they accidentally bumped into you, or because they said they didn't want to be your friend, or they said they didn't want to date you, or they said, or they got the job and not you, or because they looked better in those shoes and not you. Whatever it is, it's like, really, because of that? You did all that because of that? Really? It just doesn't make sense. It's just so dumb. It's got to be a joke, because there's no way. You see what I'm saying? It's just no way. It's like all of this. You did all of this because of that thing, and it's like, really? That just goes to show how emotionally immature this individual is, right? They could be stagnant in more than one areas of their life, like emotional maturity, mental, they could, it's just, I don't know, awareness, social, I'm also getting someone who, like, needs a lot of attention. Like, whoever this person is, I feel like they need to sit down and think about why they need so much attention. Because there's no way that someone willingly went out of their way and chose to say all of these things. And this person said a lot. They said a lot to be petty, to be vengeful, whatever the case it is, to get their way on something. This person, they chose this. This was something that they chose to do because they wanted to send a tower moment your way to affect your future, because when they look at their future, there's not much that they can look at. They don't see much. And that's sad. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. It's just, if you really felt that way about your future, you really should change something or do something or heal or, go figure that out. But to look at someone else and be like, wow, they have a bright shining star in their future and I don't, that's not fair. I'm going to go blah, 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 blah. That's crazy. That's why it's not justified. On what grounds? On what grounds are you trying to create a downfall in their life to affect their future? Right? And a lot of the times people be in this energy and they don't even realize it. And then they wonder why all of these bad things are happening back to back to back. Because that's karma. And people don't believe in karma. And I think that's just people who be like, I don't believe in karma. It's just as foolish as someone saying, I don't believe in demons. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to. But it's real. It believes in you. Right? It's so funny because these same people would be like, I don't believe in demons and blah, blah. But these are the same people that are constantly being influenced by demonic entities. Right? People who are have good spirits don't wake up one morning and be like, they're gonna attack somebody for no reason. No. That's something that's being whispered to you. That's something that's being tempted within you. That's something that's being brought to the surface, right? It's like that little angel on one shoulder and that little devil on the other shoulder, right? Who you give into, it just shows the strength of your spirit. And a lot of people don't even believe in spirituality or faith and blah, 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 blah. And then they wonder why. Those same people wonder why they're so miserable, or why the world is this, or why things don't happen for them, and blah, 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 and all those things. And it's just like, have you sat down and looked at your own spirit? Have you sat down and looked at the mirror? Have you sat down within yourself? Like, why do you need to be petty? What is inside of you that wants you to be so vengeful and petty and miserable and angry and sour and bitter and negative? Right? Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of those things are natural emotions, right? But 9 out of 10 times, there's something that's influencing. It's like blowing smoke in the fire, right? Fanning the flames of the fire to make them bigger. All right? And if you don't have control over that, you're going to get eaten up alive from the inside out. This person, there's something about their future that they're afraid of. That's what it is. They're afraid of their future, and you're not. They're afraid of their future. I feel like people who are afraid of the future because they have no control over their present. And that really worries them. And it's like, why do you feel that way? And it's a lot of it because it's discipline. That's really all it is. I just seen 29, 26, just flip it. It's discipline. Discipline is, people really underestimate the power of discipline. You can't blame nobody but yourself if you have no discipline, right? A good example I can give you was there was this episode on Bluey, right? And there was like a play date, whatever. And then Chili, the mom, she was with I think her husband's wife. So it would be like her sister-in-law, whatever. Semantics. But she had put a bowl of chips in front of her, and Chili was like, "Oh, help yourself." And her sister-in-law was like, "Oh no, it's okay, I'm on a diet." And so Chili was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And so she started eating the chips, right? And then she's sitting there in front of the chips, and she's seeing Chili eating the chips. She's like, maybe one won't hurt. Next thing you know, she ate the whole bowl. She has no discipline. I mean, they're just dogs. It's a kid's show. But that's an example right there. No discipline. And then what? You feel guilty. You feel upset. You feel let down. You feel like you lost. You feel like you couldn't do it. It's discipline. Where's your sense of discipline? Right? That's what that is. And then you want to blame other people. You want to get mad at other people. You want to be petty and vengeful. You want to do this. You want to do that. Right? You want to, oh, their future looks bright. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Like, don't get mad because you have a lack of discipline. You can't control yourself. That's what that is. So if you can't control yourself, what is it? There's a passage that in the Bible, oh, those who have no rule over their own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. So you just letting anything inside of you, any influence, anything that whispers, oh, go do that. You have no control, so you're going to go do it. Oh, go eat that. You have no control, so you're going to do it. Oh, go bully them. You have no control, so you're going to do it. Right? And so when you look at your future, it's not as bright, not as shiny, not as glittery as you thought it was going to be, because in your present, you have no control. So when you have no control in your present, your future is looking bleak, because what you do now has a great, massive effect on the future. People don't get that. What you do now affects tomorrow, affects an hour from now, right? If I choose to take a nap right now, but then I choose, you know what, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna turn my phone off and take a nap, right? An hour from now, let's say you have an appointment an hour from now, right? And you hear your alarm clock, I'm gonna choose the snooze button. You have no discipline, so you're gonna miss your appointment. And that appointment could have been like a job interview, so you miss your job interview, and then this and then that, like. And then people like that wonder why, right? And those are the same people that be so like, there's no way you thought that was gonna work. Anyways, just wrap all that up in a bubble and just put it to the side as a reminder of why and how discipline is important for tomorrow. Okay. The opportunities of tomorrow are a result from today's discipline. I like that. Let me see. What did I say? The opportunities of tomorrow are a result from today's discipline. I like that. I just made that up. No, it's gonna fall. 5 of Wands reversed, 5 of Swords upright, 3 of Swords upright. I feel like this person, they're just trying to cause a bunch of chaos with their words and their mouths and arguing with everybody. And you get some arguments. Everybody gets arguments. But the 5 of Wands reversed, nobody wants to argue with this person. Nobody wants to indulge in their behaviors. Nobody wants to indulge in the commentaries and the gossip and the tea. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody is the chaos. It's just verbal chaos, and nobody wants parts of that. Nobody wants to deal with that. I feel like there's something about someone's confidence here. Romance, affairs of the hearts, that 5th house energy, Leo energy. If I'm not mistaken, GTFO. Oh, wow. I think that's what it is. If I'm not mistaken, on the zodiac wheel, Aquarius is the sister sign of Leo. So Aquarius is Leo. Aries is Libra. So Gemini would be Sagittarius. Yes, it is. Those are the sister signs of the fires and the water signs. So then the water signs are the earth signs of the sister signs. So this could very well be a distorted Aquarius. It might not be, but I'm just saying, okay? A distorted Aquarius who has a real, I mean, this is cutting them deep with the Three of Swords here. Could also be a Libra, okay? Heavy on the air sign so far. But whoever this individual is, your confidence, your freedom to express yourself, your energy, your vitality, your brightness, your being free to love yourself and being free to love and, you know, doing what makes you happy. You being in that energy, I'm telling you right now, it's like to the core of their being, it cuts them deep. That's crazy, right? Your confidence and the love that you have for yourself and the energy that you are operating in and the energy that you have, it's affecting this person on a deep, visceral, emotional level. I'm telling you, this is deep. This is deep for this individual. That's why I'm saying their confidence bothers you that much, really? That's why you're doing all this? Because they're happy? Because they're being themselves? That's what I'm saying. That is why it doesn't make sense. It's not justified. That's the stupid backstory. That's the stupid origin story. That's what it is. They're confident. You're doing all of that because you're confident, because you're happy, because they have energy, because they're handsome, they're beautiful. You're doing all that because of that? Like, really? Not because they personally betrayed you, because they personally hurt you, because they personally, you know, did something to you personally. No, just them being in their energy. Really? That's why? Because they're just happy? You see what I'm saying? It's stupid, right? It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. If I'm not mistaken, I honestly too, I also feel like this is a continuation of, this is a more deeper continuation of yesterday's reading. Yes, it is. Your confidence is really affecting this individual. Your peace is really affecting this individual. It's crazy. Now also too, if this is an Aquarius, they're let me see. They don't have to be an Aquarius, but I feel like whoever this individual is, they struggle with confidence. They struggle with doing things that make them happy. They struggle with being in the energy of being happy. They could struggle with their self-image, their outward image, right? If this is a woman, this woman feels like she's not as pretty or not as attractive, not as sexual or sensual or sexy, cute, whatever, like appealing to the eyes as divine feminine. Same for if this is a masculine. This masculine feels like he's not as handsome, not as attractive. He doesn't get as much as attention as divine masculine does. So I do feel like there's something about their own personal appearance that they're not satisfied with that's really affecting them as well. They feel like, so you could be someone who's attractive, whether you're masculine or feminine. They really feel like the way you look, pretty privilege. That's what that is. They feel like a lot of what you have doubles down to pretty privilege. I don't want to say this too because this is going to be a whole different thing. But the amount of attacks that attractive people get just because they're attractive is crazy to me. Just because they're attractive. Right? Just because someone is attractive, they really feel like the amount of attacks that attractive people get just for being attractive is you wouldn't think so. And 9 times out of 10, people just feel like they should oh, that man is good looking or that woman is good looking, let me attack them just to humble them. That's crazy, right? Anyway, so that's a factor for this individual. So they feel like because you had pretty privilege or you were attractive, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine, and on top of that, you're just doing whatever you want to do, doing whatever makes you happy, it really affects them on a personal level. You being who you are affects them. And because it affected them, right, it triggered them. It really, really triggered them deep. Like, it really cut them in the heart. That's how personal they took it. 4004, they decided to say wild things with their mouths, gossip, slander, say this, say that. And they really thought it was justified. They really thought they had a case on their hands. They really thought they were doing something. And the entire time, the police or the courts or the angels or God, the universe, the cosmos, they're saying, who said you could do that? You think that because they're living their life and they're attractive and they're happy and they're confident and they're this, you really thought like you were justified in what you were saying. You could just say whatever you want to say and it's going to affect them? No, it's not. It's not going to affect them at all. What you say means nothing to the collective's future. It doesn't. I feel like, if anything, this person just made sure that they rendered their presence in your life useless, kaput. You just proved exactly why the collective doesn't need you in their lives. I'm getting feminine Aquarius energy. Like, you just really... I feel like whoever this individual is, while you were going through a rebirth, a healing period, they showed their true colors. And I feel like the universe was like, yeah, you just kind of proved to me why you're not going to be part of the collective's future. You just proved to the collective, right? Why they absolutely, definitely don't need you in their future, right? And I feel like when this person looked in their future, the reason why it's so dark and bleak is because you're not in it. You were the star in this person's energy, and you're not in it. What, you have the confidence to not be my friend? You have the confidence to do things on your own? You have the confidence to open your own business? You have the confidence to be single? You have the confidence to, whatever the case it is, you have the confidence to do things on your own, be on your own? And it's like, why? Why is that a bad thing? Why is independence so demonized? And the fact that you wanted independence from this individual, or just in general, you just want to be independent, right? This person really took it, or you could just be independent right now. Excuse me. Either you wanted to be independent or you are independent. This person really took offense to that. Especially if you were gaining independence from this individual, right? Like, what's the problem? So, your independence was demonized because it really shows who they're not, right? And it just showed you their true colors. You're going to do all this because I want to open my own business? It's like you trying to be like, I don't know why I'm saying a baker, but like you wanted to open your own bakery shop and you've got the skills, you've got the license, you've got this, like you got everything. You're a talented baker. You've got recommendations from the city, from people everywhere. Like why not? You could do it, right? You're in a position in a place where you can do it. This person will be like, oh, I don't know why you should, and blah, blah, blah. You're going to work over there, and I thought we were going to work at Price Shopper for the rest of our lives together, and, work, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, what's your problem? I don't think you should, and this is not, like, they're showing you their true colors. So when you actually do it, it really affected them. That's who this individual is. Okay? So now they have a dark future only simply because of the fact that you're not in it. Right? You're a whole star. You could be an Aquarius, and this person could also be an Aquarius. Right? But if not, it's just you're a whole star, and this person was gonna... I feel like they thought they were gonna rely on you for warmth for the rest of their lives. And you were like, no, I think I'm gonna be independent and create my own orbit. They wanted to demonize you because they're cold and dark and miserable and unhappy and negative and miserable and petty and vengeful, and there's no warmth in that. There's no warmth in that. You're the warmth. 4422, you're the warmth. So when you want to, right? And then wherever you're going, I'll tell you this right now, wherever you're going, you could be a big, massive ball of energy, warmth, sun, star, light, whatever it is, and you're going towards more warmth, more energy. You're going towards that. That's a helicopter in the sky. You're going towards that. And this person really, what do you mean you're going to leave them out? This person really, they don't want to be left alone in their own dark, negative, miserable, cold space. And that's not my problem. I want to be independent. I want to go travel. I want to go do this. I want to open a business. I want to experience this. I want to try those foods. I want to, you see? So it's not justified. It doesn't make sense. And they really thought, well, I'm going to say this and I'm going to, you really thought that the words that were going to come out of your mouth was going to affect my future? No. Because I'm still going to do what I want to do. Right? Also, with this Leo energy, and this fireball over here, you could be a fire sign or have fire heavily aspected in a chart. Let me tell you something about fire signs, all right? When it comes to a fire sign, you can't tell them nothing. They're going to do what they want to do at the end of the day, whether it's Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, right? They're going to do what they want to do. You can't, right? Don't, and a lot of the times people like, fire signs can be kind, but they're also very, very aggressive, especially when it comes to the things that they want to do, right? And if they don't want to do it, you can't tell them otherwise, right? So I feel like whatever it is that you wanted to do, independence, travel, move, open a business, whatever it was, this person was like, they felt some type of way because it's like, well, what about me? What about you? You're a grown-ass adult. Go do something. Go do something. What do you mean, what about you? Am I supposed to be like, what about you? What about you for the rest of your life? And then I'm gonna, you're not, were you supposed to forfeit your future? Were you supposed to not travel just because they wanted you around them? That's not how that works. Right? And it's crazy. I do feel like this person showed you their true colors. Or they were showing, or if it's not you, you could get an inkling or whatever the case it is. But I feel like people around them see them for who they really are. That's why I feel like they were saying the most about you to people around them to affect your connections, your relationships, whatever, or with mutual people to affect your future connections, the mutual people that you had, and like, I don't know, friends, family members, whatever the case it is. But if anything, these people are just like, yeah, you're being weird. That's weird. That's weird. You're doing all that because they want to leave, or they got a new job, or they traveled, or they went to Europe, or because that's dumb. You're doing all that. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. So no, people don't want to partake in this. I don't know what it is, but this person, they I don't know, like they're so heartbroken and betrayed because you have independence. It's so wild to me. This person was codependent in more than one ways to you, your energy, your light, your warmth, and they wanted to punish you for this independence. My God. High Priestess of Spirit. I feel like you were told something about this individual. You were told that you had to walk away, separate. I feel like you can see this individual for who they are without even looking at them. You heard that train? You know who this person is. High Priestess of Spirit. That's like your soul, your intuition is on point when it comes to this individual. I'm really getting an Aquarius feminine. Which is funny because in yesterday's reading, it was more Aquarius masculine. With a little bit of Aries. With the Emperor, right, on the fence. But I feel like this is an Aquarius feminine energy. Could also be Libra. A little bit Leo, but not so much of the Leo. But definitely heavy on the air sign. And with the High Priestess of Spirit, I feel like your soul is telling you something about this individual. It's like you know who's who, what's what. You know what they've been doing. You know what they've done. You know what they were wanting to do in the future. Right? So it's like, I feel like you could have already, like God told you something, like there's nothing else for you here in this town, this job, this friendship, this relationship. There's nothing for you here. It's time to go. It's time to gain your independence. It's time to travel. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. And when you did that, they showed their true colors. And you're like, oh, that's why God told me to walk away. That's why God told me to step away. I just seen 49, 46, just flip it. Same thing. That's why. And, I mean, hello. It's like, you know what, God, you were right. And God's like, I mean, hello, period. And you're like, period. Right? So, I mean, you're not, that's what I'm saying, you're not surprised. You're not surprised, but it's like, I think the shocking thing is about how far they were willing to go because of this change that you made, right? It's like, you really did all of that, really? All of that. Because they opened their own business, or they walked away, or they decided to travel, or they did this, or they did that. You did all of that. That's the most shocking, because there's no one, like, you really thought you were going to do something because of how you felt. This could be an air sign who is like so out of touch with their emotions that they're downright emotionally immature. And that could be one of the reasons why they're so petty and vengeful. I feel like this is an air sign that's emotionally stunted, because it's like, you're a grown-ass adult and you can't control your own emotions. My hair is looking funky. It's my bangs. You can't control your own emotions. That's what I'm saying. Whoever has no rule over their own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. They did all of this because of how they felt about your independence, about your you had to have known when and why to walk away. It might not have been anything solidified, but their actions afterwards really kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I did do the right thing. Yeah, I did. Absolutely, for sure. And this person's over here like hooting and hollering and bugging out and arguing with people. You're a grown-ass woman. You're a grown-ass man. Like, why are you... How are you... No control over their own emotions. This is someone who's like, who takes pleasure in being petty. Like, you think that's cute? A grown-ass woman, a grown-ass man? Hee-hee-ha-ha and over being petty? That's not cute. That's tacky and classless. Like, come on. I think that's why in the beginning I was getting, guard, seize them. Like, since when were you of nobility? You don't... You're like trailer trash. You're like... You're no king or queen or prince or princess. Like, especially when you're in this energy, like... Where's your sense of decorum, right? A grown-ass adult lacking a sense of decorum. Come on. I'll get one more and then I'll go back to tarot. Forbidden on the fence. I feel like somebody really wanted to make you feel like you can't do this. You can't do that. And they may not have said it, but they were definitely projecting that sense of energy. Like, you can't be independent. You can't do this. You can't do that. And they might have made you feel like you couldn't, but then I don't know what happened. One day you could have just been like, you know what? Yes, I can. I have the qualifications. I have the degrees. I have the connections. I have the finances. I have the confidence. I have the this. Why can't I? Why can't I open my own little stand or, you know, open a business or start a bakery or open a gym or whatever? Why can't I? I'm going to do it. What? They're going to do this? No. It's like, what? Why? Why not? Why can't they? Because if you do that, that means you're going to take away the warmth that they've ever had, which is you. On the bottom of the deck, letting go upright. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. You had to let them go. If I want to preserve my lights, being around you, it's like you're sucking all the lights. You're sucking all the oxygen in the room. My flame is going to go out being around you. If I continue to be around you, you're going to lose it all. You're going to forfeit everything because they're sucking the energy. They're sucking the oxygen. And day by day, year by year, that flame is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. You're going to forfeit that. Versus you traveling, separating, moving away. Next thing you know, day by day, your flame is like a behemoth of a light. Unstoppable, uncontrollable, untamable. And you're going towards more lights. Right? So no. It's not justified what this person has been saying and doing. And if anything, it just shows you why you made the right choice. Why listening to God is the best thing ever. Hello. Why wouldn't you listen to God? After what you just witnessed, God is your best friend. God is your father, mother, everything to you. Like, God is everything. Literally everything. Like, you think I'm going to listen to you over what the Most High God tells me? You're like... definitely a few short fries of a Happy Meal if you think that's possible, because there's no way. After God just showed me who you really are, God said, you need to step away so I can show you something. Show me what? Just trust me. And you're like, okay, I'll trust you. You stepped away. God showed you. You know what, God? You might be onto something. Hello? Right? Now you're like, I want to see what else God can show me. And God's like, you know what? Stay tuned. And you're like, okay, say less. And less was said. I swear, I just have like the funniest, like, it's just funny in my mind. It sounds crazy, I know. It does. But, you know, if it's funny, it's funny. Can you imagine God saying, period, and less was said? I'm getting like a cardigan, someone wrapping themselves up in a cardigan with a cup of hot tea, and it's raining. Oh, we needed this. And God's like, I know, I love it. You're welcome. A little rain don't hurt nobody. Two cups up, right? Something about a partnership. That's Cancer energy. So a lot of you could be walking into a partnership, or a lot of the partnerships that you're... Ooh, my hand just shook. A lot of the partnerships that you're going to be in moving forward from now on, you're going to be able to feel safe in those partnerships. Whether it's business, romantic, friendship. These are partnerships that you can actually be yourself and feel comfortable. And you can shine your shine without having to be like, oh, if I shine too much, I don't want to offend them. No, these are people like, yeah, go ahead. Shine. Let me see how bright you can shine today. And then tomorrow we're going to see how bright you can shine from yesterday. And then so on, right? It's like that. You're going to be going into partnerships, or a lot of you could be in these partnerships right now, where it's okay to shine. It's okay to be yourself. It's like it's a equal partnership, right? Oh, you don't have some in your cup today? I'll pour some in your cup today. And then tomorrow, you don't have any. So if you don't have any, you pour into my cup, and then tomorrow I'll pour into your cup, and then it's like that. It's reciprocal. It's reciprocal. All right. A lot of you could be in balanced friendships, or a lot of you could be. It could be like romantic relationships. I feel like with this Cancer energy here, it's something that it feels safe. Like you can, and I feel like intuitively you're gonna know that. It's not like someone has to say, oh, you feel safe with me, because it's like, why do you have to say that? You're just gonna know, all right? Like what partnerships, what friendships, what environment, you're just gonna know what feels safe. You're gonna feel it. I feel like, too, whoever this person over here is, I feel like they so badly wanted to alter your relationships, or make it seem like your relationships are going to be chaotic, your friendships, or you can't trust them, whatever the case it is. And it's like, no, there's none of that. That was their energy that they were pressuring on you and projecting onto you. So that way you would feel like, well, maybe I can't, it's forbidden. Maybe I can't, it's forbidden. Maybe I shouldn't, it's forbidden. No, it's not. It's not forbidden at all. Now you're going to know what true friendship is, true love, true romance, whatever the case it is, all right? I'll get two more and then I'll close the reading because I'm getting bored. I mean, not bored, but I mean, kind of, yeah. The Lovers on the Fence. Gemini energy, I feel like this person wants to communicate with you, and the thing that they want to communicate with you about is getting back together or getting into a relationship, or this could be like trying to, like, you should come back work with us because we miss you, or, you know, I miss being friends with you, or I miss you because I think about you every day. This person really, really, really wants to communicate with you. They want to talk to you about a relationship, whether it's business, platonic, romantic. They really want to talk to you. They can't not talk to you about this. I don't know if I've been showing you the cards. The lovers on the fence, well, they're kind of naked, so on the fence, the lovers. Yeah, but God already told you there's nothing for you there, right? And that's not to be mean. It's just you've outgrown. There are things in your life that you outgrow. You outgrow classes, grades, schools, your cravings for certain food. You outgrow environments. You outgrow your shoes, right? You're not going to be a size, I don't know, 2 in shoes forever. No, you're a grown-ass adult, right? You're like a size 11 in shoes now. So you're a grown-ass man. So you, whatever this is, you've outgrown it. That's normal. That's natural. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. All right? That's perfectly fine. It's normal to outgrow certain things. It just is. Okay? It's called growth. I'll get one more. This person really takes offense because you outgrew them. I think that's what it is. For you, you just outgrew them. And it cut them so deep, they like had a visceral lash out. And everyone's like, why are you bugging out? Like, that isn't, because they want to, that doesn't make, that's dumb. That's dumb. The devil upright. This is the second time it came out. Yesterday it came out. Have you know what, too, that I'm realizing it? If it's not an Aquarius masculine in yesterday's reading, because Aquariuses, especially feminine Aquarius, can operate. They're not the only sign that does this, that I've realized. But a lot of the times, feminine Aquarians can operate heavily in masculine energy. So this could also, in yesterday's reading, it's still an Aquarius, but it could just be a very masculine, feminine Aquarius. But I do feel like whoever this person is, they're obsessed. Same energy as yesterday. So I do feel like this is a feminine Aquarius. And in yesterday's reading, I feel like it was a feminine Aquarius. Just operating out of masculine energy. And it makes sense. It makes sense. Very obsessive, action, petty, vengeful, talk. A lot of bicker and being on the defense and fighting and arguing. That's a lot of masculine energy. Right? And I was also getting, where's the sense of decorum? Right? Where's the warmth? Where's the feminine, right? I don't know why, but I feel like this is a very masculine feminine. And one of the reasons why they lack in confidence is because you don't know how to be a girl. You don't know how to be a woman. Like, you're mad rough around the edges. Like, relax. Settle down. Stop being all of this hooting and hollering and, like, relax. Go read a book. Take a deep breath. Meditate. Drink a cup of tea. Go for a walk. Right? Stop always fighting and arguing and fighting and arguing and fighting and arguing. And I feel like because they're in that energy constantly, they don't have time to be feminine. Because feminine energy is resting, receiving, right? It's just that energy. It's a lot slower. Okay? So I feel like this is like, that's why you're all over the place. Your energy is messed up. And we got the devil here. Okay, this person, this very toxic, very negative, obsessive. They wanted to ruin your reputation, and in turn, people see you for who you really are, right? Your reputation is now out in the open, and it's not a good one either. All right, this is a black hole of an individual, and it's a good thing that you got out when you got out, because they were gonna suck you dry, and soulless, lifeless, and lightless. No future. All right? That's their energy. You can keep that. You can have that. We don't want that. All right? Bye.